Mickey Quinn here with Retail Level Up. In today's Moment with Mickey, I'm going to share with you a 3-step process that will help you reduce your stress and improve your results when faced with challenges. A few years ago, we were all gathering as a family in the small town where I raised my 2 children to celebrate my son's wedding. And it was my job to go pick up his tux. So I went to go pick up the tux, and I was just a few minutes away from getting back into town. And I looked down to change the radio station and looked back up, and all of a sudden in front of me, there was a deer. And everything kind of went into slow motion. It was a narrow part of the road, 2-lane highway. Cars were coming at me. I knew there were cars behind me. I had no choice. I had to slam on the brakes. Now, unfortunately, the deer and I did collide. But miraculously, the deer hopped up and trotted off just fine. My rental car, not so much. Now, why do I share this story with you? Well, it's a great illustration of this 3-step method I'm going to share with you about how to improve your results at the same time as reducing your stress. That 3-step method goes like this: acceptance, responsibility, defenselessness. Let's look at the first one, acceptance. Acceptance simply means you will accept people, situations, circumstances, and events as they occur. This moment is what it is. When you're struggling against what's happening in any given moment, you're really struggling against the past, and you can do absolutely nothing about the past. When you accept things as they are in the moment, you're accepting and acknowledging that this is what is. It's your reality. I didn't want to hit the deer. I certainly didn't plan on it, but I couldn't do anything about it once it had happened. You can wish for things to be different in the future, but wasting any single second worrying about the past and thinking about what I should have done differently is a waste of time. Accept the moment for what it is. You may not like what is happening in the moment, but you can choose how you feel about it. And that brings us to the next step, which is responsibility. Now, your first thought when I said responsibility may be, yes, let's get to the bottom of this. Who's responsible? Well, certainly wasn't me. That deer, what was it doing wandering around in the highway in the middle of the day? Isn't that a dusk and dawn kind of a problem? Of course, I did look away to look at the radio, so maybe it's my fault. In this context, responsibility doesn't mean that you're searching for who's responsible, who or what is to blame. Nope, in this context, it means that you have the ability to choose your response. Responsibility. As humans, we do tend to look for the reason why. Who's responsible? What's responsible? Including ourselves. But that's not what this is about. Responsibility is about having accepted the way things are as they are in this moment and having the ability to choose how you are going to respond to it. Every opportunity that challenges you, every situation that is troubling, gives you the opportunity to learn from it and be better the next time. Of course, if a situation is pleasing to you, then you get to enjoy it. On the flip side, if the situation is not pleasing to you, you can choose what to get from it. And the best thing to choose is to learn from it. So what did I learn from hitting that deer? Well, I learned never take your eyes off the road, and also make sure you have sufficient collision coverage with your insurance company or the rental agency. But always remember, it is within your control, your choice on how you respond to any situation. Just because someone's being difficult with you or because someone insulted you doesn't mean that you have to have a negative response. The bottom line is, you are in control of you. The final step, defenselessness. Now, all of these 3 steps, none of them are particularly difficult to do. In fact, they're pretty simple, but that doesn't mean that they're easy. And this last one, defenselessness, is probably one of the most difficult things to do because it goes against what most what most people call human nature. If you observe people, you will see that a lot of people spend about 99% of their time defending their point of view. But trying to change someone else's mind or point of view is a total waste of time and energy. In my case, I discovered how I interpreted the collision piece of the rental company agreement was different than how the insurance company interpreted it. And if you have ever argued with an insurance company and tried to get them to change their opinion of their coverage, you know it's pretty much a futile effort. When we release ourselves of the need to convince other people that our point of view is the right point of view, we gain so much more energy back. It gives us the opportunity to learn other people's point of view, different points of view. And you may not agree with theirs, and that's okay. It is a sign of a skilled communicator who can listen with the intent to understand, rather than listen with the intent to craft their response. So if you want to be more present in the moment, if you want to raise your level of awareness, if you want to spend less time struggling against the past, and if you want to understand how to take responsibility for how you choose to respond, and if you want to reduce your stress by releasing the need to convince others that your opinion is the right one, then use the 3-step method: acceptance, responsibility, defenselessness. For more tips like this, like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Just search for Retail Level Up. Be sure to visit our website, retaillevelup.com, and sign up to receive our email newsletters. We send Monday Motivation and Top Tip Tuesday, because all of us can use a little extra motivation right now, and we can certainly use some top tips. Because now, even more than ever, it's time to level up.